Rosemary, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be learning the famous Newfoundland fiddle tune, I's the Bye. As always, I'm going to start by teaching you the notes, and then we'll play it slow, and then at a medium speed. And then I'm going to take it one step further and teach you some tips and tricks on how to enhance the fiddle tune by adding some ornamentation and accents to really make it sound like a professional fiddle tune. I'd also like to say that I have a free PDF available for this fiddle tune that you can access by clicking the link in the description below so you can follow along as I'm playing. Let's get started. This fiddle tune is a jig, and it's the same rhythm as Auntie Mary, which is also a jig. A jig is in 6/8 time, and it sounds like you're skipping. Bum ba-dum 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 bum, or I's the bye that builds the boat. Bum ba-dum ba. So you could skip along to that rhythm. And for your bow, it has this sort of long, short, long rhythm to it as well, which is something that we can keep track of as we're playing. So this particular tune has an A section and a B section. But what's weird about this tune is sometimes you'll hear people start with the B section first. So sometimes the sections can get switched around. So today I'm going to start with the classic theme, I's the Bye, to start the tune. So to start the tune, we put our pointer finger on that tape on finger 1, which is our F sharp on the E string. So we do that jig rhythm. I's the bye that, and then we take that finger off and play an open E. Then we cross over to the A and put 2 fingers down on that C sharp, and then take all our fingers off. So the pattern is I's the bye that, open, cross to that 2, open. So E, 2, open. Let's just try that much together. 1 and 2 and ready and. So we have that sort of skipping motion that happens. Some of you might have a little bit of difficulty with that because you're not putting down one finger at a time. You're sort of skipping fingers, hopscotching as we did with Auntie Mary. So it's 1, 0, 2, open. So there's some skipping that happens there. Then we go back to that same theme on the finger 1, which is our F sharp. And then we're going to put our finger 2 right next to our finger 1. So you see how it's not on a tape there? It's actually like hugging finger 1 like this. So, because we're playing a G natural in this tune. So 1, 1, 1, 1, close 2, and then finger 3, which is our A. So let's try piecing that whole bit together right from the very beginning. 1 and 2 and ready and. Good. Now let's go to the next part of that A section, which we've already learned. And then we'll do brings it home to Liza, which is A, C sharp, which is finger 2, and then open E, back to that finger 2, which is our C sharp, and then our D, which is finger 3. So there's a lot of hopscotching that happens there. It's 0, 2, open, back to the 2, and then our 3. So let's just try that one little section there and see if we can play that together. 1 and 2 and ready and. Great! So we have the whole A section now. Let's try playing that all together, starting on our F sharp. 1 and 2 and ready and. Low 2. Yay! We've got the whole first section now. Let's move on to the B section. Now the B section is not necessarily one that we would sing in the song if you were to sing the song, but it's one that is commonly played with this fiddle tune. So it starts on the D string. So we're playing in this high frequency for the A section, and then we sort of cross over to a low frequency for the B section. So it sounds like this. Open D, then we go to our finger 2, and then our open A. So when we do this tune, there's a lot of 0 to open, 0 to 0, all the way through. So you might feel inclined to take that 2 off and leave your 1 down, and make sure that you're taking both fingers off every time. You have to be really sort of in that unified motion to bring both fingers off at the same time. So the open D, 2, and then open A, and then we go A1, A. So it sounds like this. Then we cross back to the D string and put our 2 fingers down, which is our F sharp. So again, with the 2, 0. It's all patterns. So once you find those patterns, it's a lot easier to remember where those notes are. So let's try that together. 1 and 2 and ready and... Good. So the next thing here is we're going to just change that section a little bit, and we're going to add a 3 instead of going to an open 2, which has been our pattern so far. So it'll sound like this. And then we're going to put our finger 1 down on the A string, which is our B. So it sounds like this. So what we're actually doing there is forming a different type of chord, which is actually a G chord with our... if you wanted to play the whole chord together. So it sounds like this, open G. And then we go 1, 2, 3, A, which is B, C sharp, D, A. So let's try playing that together. 1 and 2 and ready and... Nice. Now the second half of the B section sounds like this. Something we've already done. And then the ending is different. So we start with 3 fingers on the A string, which is our D. Then we go to our 1, which is our B. A. Then we cross over to the 2 on the D, which is our F sharp. And then E, F, E, D. So it sounds like this. 3, 1, open, D2, 1, 2, 1, 0. So that's probably the trickiest part of the B section. So you might have to go back and play through that a couple of times. So let's try playing that ending 1 time together. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Nice. Let's try doing the whole B section now, because we've got the whole B section learned. 1 and 2 and ready, go. Awesome. So now we've got the whole tune. Let's try playing it together really slowly. 1 and 2 and ready and... Again. section. Again. Great. Now let's try to speed it up just a little bit. Do it at a medium speed. 1 and 2 and ready and... Again. B section. Again. Awesome. Now let's take it to the next level. So I have a couple of tricks up my sleeve that we can add into this tune to make it sound a little bit more professional. Some of them might be a little bit tricky, but always worth a try. So the main thing I'm going to teach you for this part of the tutorial, this is called a turn. It might have some other names. It's used a lot in Irish music. And if you see it written down on a sheet of music, it will be written with like a sideways S above the music. So if you see a sideways S written above a note, then that's what they want you to do. And a turn is basically when you have one finger anchored and then you go high and then low. So it makes almost the shape of a sideways S. So you go high, then low, then back to your note. So that actually sounds like this. We're going 1, 2, 1, 0, 1. Is what it sounds like fast. And then to slow it down, it sounds like this. So when we incorporate it into this song, it sounds like this. And you do it every time you're on that note. And sometimes I'll do a little delayed arrival on a note. So might be a nice thing. You do that arrival there. But every time you play that F sharp on this song, you can play that turn at some point. And then in the B section, I don't really do a whole lot at all. All the same, it's just a nice fast tune anyway. The only thing I would also add is at the end, you can do a little bit of a flourish at the end. So instead of at the end, you're going up. So what you're doing is A, B, C sharp, D to end. So, and if you want to, you can add that little chord that we've done in a couple of other songs where you basically block that finger 3 and your finger 2 on your A string and your D string like this. You have both of them down at the same time. That's what I mean when I say block. You put 2 fingers down at the same time, or you're putting a finger on 2 strings at the same time. And then you can play those as a chord, which is a D major chord. So if you wanted to end the tune, you could do this. Yeah. The other thing I wanted to say at the very beginning of this tune that you can do is you can slide into that first note. So you start with your pointer finger all the way back here, and then slide into that finger 1. And when you do that, you do it pretty quick. And you can also slide into that finger 3 as well. So that's something that you can add in if you want. You don't have to do it every time because that might sound really slurpy after a while, but it is definitely something that you can add in. So let's try doing this from start to finish at a sort of a moderate speed. 1 and 2 and ready and... That's it! If you liked this tutorial and you want to keep learning some more, feel free to like and subscribe this page, and I will be posting a new tutorial every Monday. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.